As we close out here on TYT Sports, Ben Heisler with us once again. He just keeps on staying there. Of MLB Network Sirius XM Radio. That's karma getting back at me. So now Wrigley Field, apparently there are tons of renovations going on with the Ricketts family. They want to change the Wrigley Field landscape, which is in Wrigleyville actually. And they want to add a scoreboard, and they want to do all this crazy shit. And all the old Cubs fans are saying, no, they can't take away my Wrigley Field. But actually, it seems like an okay idea. So hit us with the latest here, Ben.
All right, so the latest is that they're going to have the $500 million facelift. They're going to get a ginormous Jumbotron, which I assume will probably end up being put in either left field. I don't know if it'll be right field. I think left field. They're going to be able to increase their number of night games, I think from around 30 to 40 games. And if you're a lifelong Cub fan who grew up with the ambiance of Wrigley Field and all the day games, and you don't want your beloved park to be changed, okay, well then you can continue to root for a team that's not going to come close to winning a World Series. You need these renovations to help build a contender. The money that's going to be raised from advertising on the Jumbotron is going to go right back into that team. More night games is more rest for the players. That's how the rest of baseball handles their schedule. You're going to have improvements to the clubhouse so that you're not packed into this tiny little sardine type area. And I've been in both the clubhouses, and frankly, if they keep the visitors one even smaller, that's fine. You know, they don't have to give the visitors any sort of advantage.
Sure.
But the home clubhouse, Ricky's a joke. And they've tried to renovate it before, but it's just too small when you look at all 29 other teams. And Fenway's an old, historic, beautiful park, but they found ways to renovate it and make it profitable and make it substantial for their club. And they have all the same perks and benefits of a clubhouse in Fenway Park that they would in a brand new stadium. It makes perfect sense for the Cubs to be able to do something like this. They'll be able to bring in more advertising revenue that'll go back into building this team. It's not going to be taxpayer money. So the $500 million that the Ricketts family is investing, it's not going to be from taxpayers. And the rooftops, the people that are complaining like, oh, but this video scoreboard is going to take away our rooftop business. There's a PR perception now that wasn't necessarily there before, that the people that are running the rooftops are just sort of poaching in on the Cubs organization, that they're using their business to sort of watch and steal games. And, obviously they're a legitimate business, but for the most part, their business would not exist without Cubs games going on. So they don't have the support that they once had. This plan makes a lot of sense. And Cub fans, if you want to see your team win a World Series, you should be on board.
Basically, there are businesses across the street that overlook the park. You actually look down. You're way up like you could even say 350 level worthy, but it's like free food and free drinks. You pay about $180 for a game. But I mean, it's an experience. So they would be, I have not experienced it. A ton of my friends have, and they've said that it is awesome. And I would love to experience it.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time. I went to Skybox on Sheffield one time about 3-4 years ago. Had a blast.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And a lot of people that are even there aren't always watching the game. They're just there because it's like you said, it's an experience. So
well, that's Wrigley. Hey, let me jump in. That's Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's the people that go to Wrigley Field who go and they're tourists.
These are the same old people that enjoy peeing in troughs. No, it's part of the experience of being at Wrigley. No, it's not. Pee in a goddamn urinal and be happy with it. That just it doesn't make sense to me. Oh, my grandfather took me to games at Wrigley Field, and this is what I remember. Like, we both are fans of Dan Bernstein. He says no one's going to take those memories away.
Yeah,
and he's right.
Yeah, that's very true.
Keep your memories and build new memories.
Well, they want to have memories of the 12 other schlongs peeing in the trough alongside them. That's the problem. So now you say that they are going to be built into a contender. If, for a matter of fact, they have these scoreboards and they have lights. Now the lights weren't put in, I believe, until 1988. So the Cubs have this history of being a step behind, which I guess is fine. Now, why exactly would having a scoreboard transcend? I believe you already answered it, but I think you said money-wise. But how exactly would it, in a detailed form, transcend into being a contender?
Well, because you're changing the fan experience. You're going to be able to get more fans to come to Wrigley Field as a result of the renovations. Okay, so that's more revenue going to the team. there's very little opportunities for advertising revenue within the ballpark right now. So by adding a massive Jumbotron that you can have a ton of exposure with for companies in one of the most historic ballparks in the world, and all of a sudden they can put their name on the new Wrigley Field scoreboard, that's going to bring in money. And the Ricketts family has said that the money that they bring in is going to go directly back into the team. They're not taking the money from the new scoreboard and just putting it into their pockets. They want to build a winner. They want to build a contender. Ricketts said this move is necessary for us to win a World Series. And because of these different renovations, it's not just the scoreboard, Rick. It's the improved clubhouses. That way, if you want to take BP, you don't have to go out to the outfield underneath the scoreboard where there's, Ozzie Guillen has talked about there's rats down there. You can go just outside of your clubhouse and you can go to the cage and you can go to a tee and you can hit. And you need those types of things in a modern ballpark where you need to try and bring in top free agents and develop top talent and be able to have the money to keep your top talent around. There's just so many reasons to do this as opposed to not doing this. And listen, Tom wants to preserve Wrigley Field as much as he can, and I think that's still his goal, but he understands that A, it's still a business, and B, the way to maximize your business is to make these renovations for your team and for your fans, and that's what he's going to do.
Ben Heisler of MLB Network Sirius XM Radio, thank you so much for the time, firstly, and you could follow all of his work because I know he's going to do it. He was going to do it.
I was going to keep my mouth shut, but please.
You can follow him on Twitter at Benny Heis, and follow his podcast at thehonestbrew.com. Did I leave anything out?
No, this was fun.
Yes. All right, Ben, thank you again, and maybe if we'll review the tape and we'll see if you're worthy of another appearance.
Okay, I look forward to it.